Did you know for the last 50 years, the corporate course has been the answer to pretty much everything? Got a skill gap? Throw a course at it. But that half-century reign, it's coming to an end. And not because the science of how we learn suddenly changed. It's because the economics of how we teach just got totally flipped on its head. Let's get into it. It really all starts with this one kind of wild question. We pour a staggering $400 billion a year globally into corporate training. And yet, for all that cash, the results are, well, they're not great to put it mildly. So what on earth is going on here? To really wrap our heads around the problem, we've got to look at some pretty uncomfortable data. The truth is, we've built this massive multi-billion-dollar industry with a whole tech stack to go with it, all focused on what turns out to be the least effective way people actually learn. So this right here shows something that learning experts have known for decades. It's often called the 70-20-10 model, and it's simple, really. Think about learning to ride a bike. Reading a book about it, that's the 10%, the formal course. Having a friend hold the seat and give you pointers, that's the 20%, the social part. But that huge 70% chunk, that's you on the bike, wobbling, maybe falling down a few times, and just figuring it out by doing it. And yet, we spend almost our entire training budget on the book. Oh, but it gets worse. Even inside that tiny 10% slice of the pie, we've got what researchers call the transfer problem. This chart just lays it all out. Of all the stuff people supposedly learn in a formal course, that's the big bar on the left. Decades of research show that only about 10, maybe 20% of it, that little bar on the right, ever actually gets used in a real way back on the job. The rest, it just, poof, vanishes. So the result is this just staggering disconnect. We're spending more than ever, but in a recent survey, nearly 3/4 of senior leaders said their teams still don't have the skills they need to compete. The money is pouring in, but the ability, the capability, just isn't coming out the other side. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? We've poured billions into systems and platforms and content, all centered around the course, which, as all the evidence shows, is just not the right tool for the job. So if the course has been broken for decades, why is it finally dying now? The answer in 2 letters, AI. It's not that AI suddenly rewrote the science of learning. We've known that stuff for a long, long time. What AI did was it completely shattered the economics. It made all the better, more effective ways of learning finally cheap enough to do at scale. So let's break down how AI is changing the game in 3 huge ways. First, delegation. AI agents can now literally click through our e-learning for us and pass the quizzes, and that just exposes a brutal truth. If an AI can pass your course, it probably wasn't a very meaningful learning experience for a human. Second, diagnosis. Instead of just assuming a course is the fix, AI can now cheaply analyze data and find the real root cause. Is it a skill gap, or is the process itself just broken? And third, diversification. This is the big one. AI makes it affordable to create what we always knew worked best. Things like personalized coaching, real-time feedback, job aids, all delivered right when you need them in the middle of your work. So if the course is no longer the center of the universe, what is? I mean, what does the new blueprint for corporate learning even look like? Well, it's a huge shift from just a catalog of courses to a whole performance ecosystem. This chart gives us a really clear picture of the new model. You see that little 10% slice? That's still there for the really complex high-stakes stuff like leadership development. But the other 90%, that's now all about what actually works. Giving people examples and decision support right inside their workflow and building systems that give them constant feedback on the real work they're doing every single day. Now, this isn't just some theory on a slide. Let's take a look at how this is really playing out in the real world with some amazing organizations that are moving learning out of the classroom and right into the flow of work. Check out Rolls-Royce. Instead of pulling their engineers off the factory floor for another boring course, they gave them an AI coach right in their workflow, an AI that was trained on their specific secret sauce protocols. And the results, they were pretty dramatic. A 35% cut in formal training hours, and they were solving problems on the job 12% faster. The big takeaway here, the AI wasn't building a course. The AI was the learning. And this isn't just a one-off thing at Rolls-Royce. We're seeing this pop up everywhere. At LinkedIn, product managers get feedback on their actual strategy docs from specialized AIs. In compliance, that dreaded 90-minute yearly course is getting swapped out for quick weekly scenarios to keep the knowledge fresh. And get this, when the UK government rolled out a new AI tool, a whopping 89% of their staff shows self-support and job aids over the formal training option. People are voting with their feet. They want support in their work, not courses about their work. This table really makes the shift tangible. So the old way, a traditional course, would have a video module on, say, defining your audience. The new way gives you something called the Avatar Architect. an AI tool that actually works with you to generate a customer persona. You see the difference? It's a move from just learning about something to actually creating something you can use right now. So if we're making this fundamental shift in what we build, it stands to reason we need an equally fundamental shift in how we measure success, right? The old scorecards, they just don't make sense anymore. And this slide lays out the contrast perfectly. In the past, on the left, we measured inputs. Did people finish the course? Did they like it? Did they pass the quiz? Now, as you can see on the right, we have to measure outputs. Did performance actually get better? Did we see fewer errors? Did new folks get up to speed faster? We're finally moving from tracking clicks to tracking real bottom-line business impact. And that's really the heart of the matter. You can build all the fancy AI tools and workflow support in the world, but if your boss still measures success by completion rates, you haven't actually changed anything. The real transformation, the game-changing part that happens when you change what you count. So the future of learning is really at a crossroads, and it brings us to the one crucial question you should be asking inside your own organization. Are we just using this incredible new AI technology to make the same old broken courses a little bit faster? Or are we using it to finally fundamentally redesign our entire approach to build something new that makes the course itself obsolete? Look, the days of spending months building a traditional digital marketing course are over. You've seen the strategy. Now it's time for the execution. The fastest way to put this into motion is by launching an AI-driven mini course. It's not just about teaching. It's about building a lead generation machine that works while you sleep. And if you want to do this right, you need to use my absolute favorite tool, Lead Creator AI. Go ahead and click the link below to see the creator developer demonstrate the power of this tool and what it can do for you today.